What's it doing deep in the money pit? Almost an untapped area.
The Lagina brothers found 4 ancient coins that could change the whole narrative of the island's history. This time, they found billions of dollars in treasure. Everything started with just a few coins that didn't seem like much but would change the game completely.
Fred Nolan felt that the money pit was engineered, that it was done by a disciplined group of individuals.
What was so important about these rare coins that they re-examined everything they knew about the island? Join us as we dig deeper into the island's distant past, revealed through these extremely valuable ancient coins. Gary's metal detector discoveries. Marty, one of the leaders, was especially motivated. He declared a full-scale commitment to the search, ready to invest more resources than ever before. His confidence was infectious, convincing everyone that they were closer to uncovering significant historical artifacts. The team was prepared to go even farther, explore every corner, and scrutinize every inch of the island with greater intensity and focus than in previous years. This resolve was not just about ambition. It was about a shared commitment to achieving what they had started. Gary, with his keen expertise in metal detection, was eager to expand their collection of ancient coins. The discovery of 3 old coins on the western side of the island had ignited a renewed fervor to continue the search in that area. These coins were not just metal pieces. They were keys to unlocking the stories of the past. With each find, the team pieced together more of the island's history, drawing them closer to understanding the complexities of the site. As Gary led the search on Lot 5, the metal detector became their guide, beeping intermittently as it detected metal beneath the earth. The team watched intently as Gary expertly handled the equipment, pinpointing the exact locations where the ground promised more than just soil. Each beep raised their hopes, and with meticulous care, Gary worked to retrieve whatever lay hidden. When the metal detector signaled a strong find, the excitement was unmistakable. The team gathered around as Gary dug into the earth, his actions careful yet filled with anticipation. The discovery of another coin was met with a rush of adrenaline. Each coin they found added to their understanding of the island's past inhabitants and visitors. These moments of discovery were about more than just finding treasures. They were about connecting with history, touching pieces of the past that had remained hidden for ages. The team felt a profound connection to the explorers who had walked the island before them, sharing in the human desire to uncover and know more. The exploration continued, with the team moving systematically through the designated areas. With each unearthed item, they learned more about the historical and cultural significance of Oak Island. It was a meticulous process, requiring patience, expertise, and a deep respect for the land and its history. Each day brought new challenges, but also new opportunities to make significant discoveries. This year on Oak Island was about pushing limits, challenging assumptions, and continuing the quest with renewed optimism and determination. The team's efforts were a testament to their dedication and passion for discovery, driven by the belief that every small piece unearthed was a step closer to the grand revelations they sought. As Gary and Marty delved into the details of their latest find on Lot 5, their initial observations didn't reveal much. However, upon closer examination, faint inscriptions began to emerge, suggesting there was more to the coin than initially met the eye. Marty noticed what appeared to be numbers etched onto the surface, hinting at a possibility that these coins could carry significant historical data. As they continued to inspect, a distinctive pattern resembling wrinkled lines became visible, resembling designs found on other artifacts they had unearthed in the area. This similarity suggested a connection between these items, potentially indicating a shared origin or purpose. The discovery of such details was exhilarating. It confirmed the coins were not only old, but also possibly part of a larger historical narrative related to the site. The designs on the coins, intricate and well-preserved, spoke of skilled craftsmanship and the rich cultural heritage of their creators. Marty, acknowledging the significance of their finds, noted they had now collected several coins from this specific area, including a piece of a Roman coin authenticated by experts. This assortment of coins, each showing signs of wear and a rich patina, indicated these were not merely discarded or lost casually. Instead, they had been in circulation for a considerable time, perhaps passing through many hands and playing a role in commerce and trade in their time. To deepen their understanding of these coins, the team decided to bring in Sandy Campbell, an expert in ancient coins. Sandy's expertise would be crucial for accurately dating and contextualizing the finds. The nuances in the designs, the wear patterns, and the metal composition would provide valuable clues about the coin's origins and their path through history. The condition of the coins, particularly how well some of them had been preserved, was remarkable. Despite their age, the details were clear enough to discern intricate patterns, and this preservation added an extra layer of value to the discovery. Gary commented on the exceptional state of the coins, appreciating the chance to handle artifacts that had survived the ravages of time so well. As the day wound down, the team undertook the careful process of documenting and preserving their finds. Each coin was meticulously bagged and tagged, ensuring that none of the vital information it carried was lost. This systematic approach was necessary to maintain the integrity of the artifacts and provide a reliable basis for further study and analysis. The sense of connecting with history was tangible among the team members as they handled the coins. There was a great appreciation for the travel these pieces had undergone, from being minted, used in ancient transactions, buried, and finally discovered centuries later. This link to the past was not only academic, but also a deeply human connection to the generations that had handled these coins across millennia. With dirty hands and happy faces, the team knows there's more to find on Oak Island, leading to bigger surprises that connect today to long ago. Sandy Campbell joins the hunt. Their work at Lot 5 concluded for the day, but the implications of their discoveries were just beginning to unfold. With Sandy Campbell's arrival and expertise now part of the project, they anticipated new insights that would expand their understanding of the site's historical significance. The team looked forward to the detailed analysis that would follow, eager to piece together the story these coins were part of, further illuminating the rich tapestry of human history hidden in the landscape of Oak Island. In the interpretive center on Oak Island, an important gathering takes place. Rick, Marty, and Craig Tester have come together with numismatist Sandy Campbell, along with Gary Drayton and Laird Niven, to scrutinize a collection of ancient coins that were recently unearthed on Lot 5. Sandy, who has spent 40 years studying rare and old coins, is prepared to share his insights. His expertise is particularly valuable as the team hopes to understand more about the origins and significance of these discoveries. As the team examines the coins, Sandy's initial analysis reveals that the designs on some of them date back to the 16th century, a time known as the Tudor period in British history. This is a key discovery as it links the coins to a specific era, suggesting that the island might have connections to historical events or presences far older and more significant than previously considered. The identification of a portcullis on one of the coins is a telltale sign of this period, which is still represented on British coins today, indicating a continuous cultural and historical significance. The meeting continues as Sandy points out the features of another coin, which he identifies as Roman, from a period roughly between 100 and 300 AD. This coin, with its distinct Roman design, suggests even deeper and broader historical connections. The presence of such an artifact on Oak Island suggests that there might have been visits or interactions with people from distant lands much earlier than anyone on the team had anticipated. The revelation of these coins opens up a plethora of possibilities about Oak Island's past. Each coin is not just a piece of metal, but a carrier of stories and histories that reach back through the ages. They offer clues to the activities that might have taken place on the island, perhaps involving trade or exploration by civilizations long gone. The team is drawn into a deeper contemplation of Oak Island's place in the broader tapestry of human history. As Sandy provides more details about the coins, the team discusses the implications of these findings. The coins serve as a bridge to the past, each one bringing them closer to understanding the complex layers of human activity that have marked the island over centuries. The coins could indicate the presence of traders or explorers who came to the island from far-off lands, leaving behind traces of their visits. This session in the Interpretive Center not only enriches the team's understanding of their current finds, but also enhances their perspective on what Oak Island might have been in the past. With each coin examined, the history of the island grows richer and more complex. The team considers the possibility that Oak Island was a point of convergence for different cultures and peoples, making the island not just a site of local significance, but a landmark of historical international interactions. The insights from Sandy about the Tudor and Roman coins add significant depth to the team's project. The Tudor dynasty, ruling from 1485 to 1603, was one of the most notable in English history, encompassing significant changes in politics, religion, and culture. The dynasty began with Henry VII, who ascended to the throne after defeating Richard III at the Battle of Bosworth Field, ending the Wars of the Roses. Henry VII focused on stabilizing the nation, consolidating power, and ensuring financial stability through new taxes, which were often unpopular. Henry V was succeeded by his son, Henry VIII, who is perhaps best known for his 6 marriages and the significant religious transformation he initiated. Unable to secure a male heir with his first wife, Catherine of Aragon, Henry VIII sought an annulment, which the Pope refused. This refusal led Henry to break from the Catholic Church and establish the Church of England, with himself as its head. This act not only allowed him to annul his marriage, but also initiated the English Reformation, drastically altering the religious landscape of the nation. Henry VIII's marriages and their outcomes, including the execution of Anne Boleyn and the birth of his son Edward VI with Jane Seymour, are well documented and pivotal to Tudor history. Edward VI, although a minor when he became king, continued his father's Protestant reforms but died young, leaving no heirs. This led to a brief and turbulent attempt to place Lady Jane Grey on the throne, which ultimately failed as Mary I, Henry VIII's daughter by Catherine of Aragon, claimed the crown. Mary I, known as Bloody Mary, sought to restore Catholicism and earned her nickname through her persecution of Protestants, executing many as heretics. Her reign was marked by religious conflict and unpopular policies, including her marriage to Philip II of Spain. Following Mary's death, her half-sister Elizabeth I ascended to the throne. Elizabeth, a pragmatic ruler, sought a middle path in religious matters, promoting a policy of moderation and avoiding extreme measures. Her reign, known as the Elizabethan era, was a time of relative peace, cultural flourishing, and expansion. The defeat of the Spanish Armada in 1588 under Elizabeth's rule was a defining moment, securing England's naval dominance. Elizabeth's support for the arts led to the flourishing of English drama and literature, with figures like William Shakespeare and Francis Bacon making significant contributions. The Tudor period also saw important legislative developments, such as the Elizabethan Poor Law of 1601, which aimed to address poverty by categorizing the poor into those deserving of help and those considered able but unwilling to work. This law laid the foundation for future social welfare policies. As they dig deeper, each find on the island shows a story of people and places from many years and lands, the footprints of old civilizations. The dynasty ended with Elizabeth III's death in 1603, as she had no heirs. The crown then passed to the Stuart line, marking the end of the Tudor era. The Tudor period remains significant for its impact on English politics, religion, and culture, setting the stage for modern Britain. They are now looking at Oak Island not just as a site of potential buried treasure, but as a historical archive, holding pieces of global history that are intertwined with the local lore. The ongoing exploration is fueled not just by the thrill of discovery, but also by a profound respect for the historical significance of the findings. Each coin, each artifact, is treated with care as a precious link to a past that is slowly revealing its secrets through the diligent efforts of these modern-day explorers. Over the past year, another old coin from Roman times, more than 1,000 years old, was found at Lot 5 on Oak Island. This is the second such coin discovered there, which brings up interesting questions. How did these ancient coins end up on Oak Island, and who might have brought them here? Finding Roman coins in this location is surprising and makes people rethink what they believed about the area's history. The fact that not just one, but 2 of these old coins have been found here suggests there could be a deeper history connected to Oak Island than previously thought. The coins, which date back to between 100 and 300 AD, indicate there could have been interactions between distant civilizations and this region long before recorded history acknowledges. As the exploration continues, more coins from different parts of the world have been uncovered. The variety includes English, Spanish, Indian, and Chinese coins. Each new find adds to the excitement and complexity of Oak Island's story, hinting at possible trade or travel that linked this island with various parts of the world centuries ago. The presence of a coin from India, possibly from the 6th to 8th century, further broadens the scope of this investigation. It suggests that the island might have been a meeting point for people from diverse geographies, bringing with them items from their homelands. This array of coins from different times and places leads to speculation about whether there was a specific reason for these coins to gather here. Was Oak Island a trading hub or a stopping point for travelers and traders from across the globe? These discoveries challenge the traditional views of Oak Island's history, pushing experts to consider new theories about global interactions that might have occurred here. Perhaps it was a key location for ancient trade routes, or a stash for treasures brought by explorers from afar. This ongoing discovery process not only sheds light on the island's intriguing past, but also sparks a broader discussion about the early movements and connections of ancient civilizations. As more artifacts surface, they paint a picture of a historically significant site that played a role in early global interactions, which might have included trade, exploration, and cultural exchange long before the well-documented historical expeditions. The discovery of another Roman coin on Oak Island has sparked great interest and curiosity. This tiny coin, with its detailed design, unmistakably points to its Roman origins. This marks the second Roman coin found in this location, increasing the fascination with the area's historical significance. The coin's design, which includes a clear depiction of a male figure with distinct facial features like a pointed chin and large nose, suggests it was created long ago, possibly before the Common Era. On the other side of the coin, the image of two connected figures further confirms its Roman heritage. The craftsmanship is exceptional, showcasing intricate details that are remarkable for a piece over 2,000 years old. This level of artistry on such an ancient coin highlights the advanced skills of the coin makers of that time and the importance of such coins in history. The repeated discovery of Roman coins on Oak Island raises several thought-provoking questions about the history of the area. Why are there Roman coins here? Were they part of a larger collection or a hidden stash meant to be safeguarded? The presence of these coins could indicate that Oak Island was used as a storing place for valuable items spanning various eras, possibly as part of a long-term plan executed over generations. These coins could also suggest that there were interactions between distant lands much earlier than recorded history suggests. The theory that ancient explorers might have traveled between continents, bringing with them valuable items such as these coins, challenges our traditional understanding of history. It implies that global exploration and cultural exchange could have occurred much earlier and on a scale far greater than previously believed. As more discoveries are made, they add layers to the history of Oak Island, portraying it as a potentially significant historical site that might have been involved in early international trade or exploratory voyages. Each coin found is a clue that could lead to a broader understanding of past civilizations and their reach. This ongoing exploration at Oak Island not only uncovers pieces of the past, but also forces historians and archaeologists to rethink the narratives of human migration and interaction. Furthermore, these discoveries could change the way we view ancient human activities, suggesting that our ancestors were far more connected than we might have assumed. The idea that people from ancient civilizations might have reached the shores of what is now known as America, bringing with them items from their culture, opens up new possibilities for the study of history. The exploration of Oak Island is more than just a hunt for ancient artifacts. It's a travel into the depths of human history, revealing the untold stories of our collective past and the interconnectedness of ancient peoples. Each new find, like the Roman coins, serves as a testament to the ingenuity and adventurous spirit of our ancestors, hinting at a world that was far more interconnected than previously understood. With more intrigues to solve, the team turns to Zena Halpern, whose knowledge about the Templars could help uncover Oak Island's questions. Exploring Templar sites. Zena Halpern was a researcher and author whose work focused on historical explorations, particularly the involvement of the Knights Templar in North America. Her most notable contributions are related to the theories about Oak Island, a site believed by some to hold ancient treasures. Halpern's interest in the Templars began many years ago, leading her to investigate historical manuscripts and maps. One of her significant claims involves a 12th century document describing a voyage by the Templars to North America. This document, she argued, was evidence that the Templars explored and possibly settled in parts of Canada and the northeastern United States. In her book, The Templar Mission To Oak Island and beyond, Halpern detailed her research, presenting what she believed to be proof of Templar activity in the New World. She referenced a map dated 1347, which she claimed showed Oak Island and marked it as a location of interest for the Templars. This map and other artifacts were central to her argument that the Templars left behind clues about their presence in North America. Halpern's theories gained broader attention when she appeared on the television show The Curse of Oak Island. Halpern's involvement brought a historical and academic perspective to the series. She presented her map and other findings to the show's hosts, Rick and Marty Lagina, contributing to the ongoing narrative about the island's history. One of the intriguing aspects of Halpern's work was her claim that a lead cross found on Oak Island was linked to the Phoenician goddess Tanit. She suggested that the Templars, who might have had knowledge of ancient cultures, left behind symbols and artifacts that hinted at their broader connections and influences. Halpern's research extended beyond Oak Island. She explored various sites and historical events, always seeking to connect the dots between ancient voyages, hidden artifacts, and historical records. Her work was both praised and critiqued. Supporters appreciated her detailed research and willingness to challenge mainstream historical narratives. Critics, however, questioned the authenticity of some of the documents and maps she presented, arguing that more evidence was needed to support her claims. Despite the controversies, Halpern remained a respected figure in the field of historical research. Her dedication to uncovering the past inspired many, and her contributions to the study of the Templars in Oak Island continued to spark interest and debate. Her passing in 2018 marked the end of an era for her particular line of inquiry, but her work lives on through her books and the many discussions she initiated. Halpern's legacy is one of curiosity and perseverance. Her work reminds us of the often hidden layers of history waiting to be uncovered by those with a keen eye and an inquisitive mind. Zena Halpern's contributions to the study of the Knights Templar and their potential connections to North America have left a lasting impact on historical research. Her theories about Oak Island and her detailed investigations into ancient manuscripts provide a fascinating glimpse into the possibilities of our past, encouraging both scholars and enthusiasts to continue exploring and questioning historical narratives. For those interested in learning more about her work, her book, The Templar Mission to Oak Island and Beyond, offers an in-depth look at her findings and hypotheses. Her appearances on The Curse of Oak Island also provide additional context and visual representation of her theories. In 2016, Zena Halpern made an exciting contribution to the Oak Island team by giving them a map she believed was created by the Knights Templar in the 14th century. This map depicted Oak Island. Along with this, she presented another map showing parts of Nova Scotia, dating back even further to the 12th century, which she also attributed to the Templars. These maps suggested a historical link between Oak Island, the strange medieval order of the Knights Templar, and possibly even earlier, European exploration of North America. Following Zena's intriguing presentation, team members Rick, Marty, and others traveled to several historical sites in Europe known as former strongholds of the Knights Templar, spanning from the 12th to the 16th centuries. Their quest took them to England, Portugal, and Italy, places rich with Templar history, and also integral parts of the former Roman Empire. In England, the team found a brick carved with the year 1347, and in Portugal and Italy, they saw buildings and symbols similar to those discovered on Oak Island, further deepening the intrigue. Throughout these explorations, the team encountered various architectural styles, symbols, and carvings that mirrored the artifacts and structures found back on Oak Island. These findings suggested that the Templars might have had a connection with the island, possibly using it as a storage or meeting place. The presence of Roman coins and diverse European architectural influences on Oak Island hints at a complex history involving multiple layers of European contact and activity. With new ideas and hints of Templar links, the team looks at the treasure as more than just gold, but as a powerful legacy from the past. Templar influence on Oak Island. The story of the Knights Templar's treasure is a topic of great interest and speculation. This treasure is often linked to the wealth and power the Templars accumulated during their time as a prominent military and religious order in medieval Europe. The Knights Templar, officially known as the Poor Knights of Christ and of the Temple of Solomon, were founded around 1119. Their initial mission was to protect Christian pilgrims traveling to the Holy Land. Over time, their role expanded significantly, and they became one of the wealthiest and most powerful military orders in Europe. They received donations of land and money from pious patrons, and their influence grew as they established a network of fortresses, commanderies, and preceptories across Europe and the Middle East. One significant aspect of the Templars' operations was their involvement in finance. They acted as early bankers, providing loans to monarchs and safeguarding assets for various clients. Their extensive properties and financial dealings contributed to their legendary status. This wealth became a target for King Philip IV of France, who was heavily indebted to the Templars. In 1307, Philip orchestrated the arrest of many Templar members, accusing them of heresy and other crimes in a bid to seize their assets. The notion of a hidden Templar treasure likely stems from the order's abrupt dissolution and the strange disappearance of their wealth. Some believe that the Templars managed to hide part of their riches from the French king. Over the centuries, various theories have emerged regarding the possible locations of this treasure. These include sites like Rosslyn Chapel in Scotland, Oak Island in Nova Scotia, and even the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. Historical accounts suggest that the Templars may have possessed valuable relics, including the Shroud of Turin, which some believe was in their possession. Other items speculated to be part of their treasure include the Ark of the Covenant and the Holy Grail. However, these claims are largely based on legend and speculation, rather than concrete evidence. One popular theory involves the Templar fleet that supposedly sailed from the French port of La Rochelle. According to some accounts, the Templars loaded their treasure onto ships and sailed away to avoid capture by Philip's forces. This fleet's fate remains unknown, adding to the allure of the Templar treasure legend. Despite the lack of definitive proof, the story of the Templar treasure continues to captivate imaginations. Researchers and treasure hunters have spent years exploring potential sites, hoping to uncover the lost riches of the Templars. Some modern explorations, like those on Oak Island, have found tantalizing clues, but no conclusive evidence. The Templar story is intertwined with the broader history of the Crusades and the medieval world. Their rise to power, dramatic fall, and the enduring legend of their treasure provide a fascinating glimpse into the complex interplay of religion, politics, and wealth during the Middle Ages. The Crusades were a series of religious wars initiated by Western Christians in the late 11th century, aiming to reclaim Jerusalem and other holy sites in the Middle East from Muslim control. The First Crusade, proclaimed by Pope Urban II in 1095, led to the capture of Jerusalem in 1099, marking the peak of Crusader success. This victory, however, was followed by centuries of conflict as control of Jerusalem and the surrounding areas frequently changed hands. Crusaders, driven by a mix of religious fervor, the promise of forgiveness for sins, and the lure of adventure and wealth, boarded on numerous expeditions to the Holy Land. The initial success of the Crusades led to the establishment of several Crusader states, including the Kingdom of Jerusalem, which became focal points for continued military campaigns and defense against Muslim forces. The subsequent Crusades, such as the Second and Third Crusades, aimed to consolidate and expand these territories, but often met with mixed results. Notable leaders like Richard the Lionheart and Saladin emerged during this period, symbolizing the intense and often personal nature of the conflict. The suggestion that the Knights Templar reached North America and had interactions with Oak Island proposes a new perspective on the history of the island and the North Atlantic. If the Templars did indeed reach these shores, Oak Island could have been a pivotal location in their maritime ventures, serving as a hub for their activities in the New World. This idea is supported by the various European artifacts and coins found on the island, which could be remnants of Templar visits or activities. Exploring these possibilities, the team considered how Oak Island might have been selected by the Templars for its strategic location or for its seclusion, making it an ideal spot for storing valuables or secretive meetings. The artifacts found on the island, such as the ancient coins and unique structural remains, serve as clues that could tie back to the Templars' reputed history of seafaring and storied past. These ongoing discoveries have not only spurred further interest and investigation into the history of Oak Island, but have also led to a broader examination of the Templars' potential influence in North America. As the Oak Island team continues to investigate and uncover more evidence, they are piecing together a narrative that suggests a rich, intertwined history of European adventurers and possibly Templar knights on North American soil. This ongoing research could reshape our understanding of pre-colonial history in North America, showing that the continent might have been part of global trade routes and exploration narratives much earlier than commonly accepted. These historical investigations are not just about finding treasures. They are about understanding the true scope of human history and interactions across the globe, potentially rewriting the early chapters of North American history. Could the questions of Oak Island finally be revealed, or are we merely scratching the surface of something far deeper and possibly covered up by historical figures? What do you think is still hidden beneath its strange grounds? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more intriguing explorations and revelations.